Joining us now on the telephone to disabuse the vacation notion of thongs and Speedos and pina coladas is the Judge, Andrew Napolitano. Listen to the crowd, Judge.
Where did
Judge,
the audience come from?
You're on vacation. You got to get a life. You can't call in to work.
You know, Bill O'Reilly said to me about 3 years ago, Judge, take the last week of August off. Nothing happened. Well, that year it was Katrina, and this year it's Alberto Gonzales.
This must be killing you. This is such a big day for you.
Well, my phone's been ringing off the hook from Fox people who don't want to go to the schedules queue in the computer, which has that big V for vacation next to my name. But it's not a white sandy beach. I just finished feeding the dog. I was actually out hiking with the dog.
It's not a pit bull, is it, Judge?
No.
Okay.
No, and interestingly, we adopted her from Katrina. She's a Katrina refugee. She's
Good for you.
Black Lab and Chow, and all your listeners, our listeners, know her as Gina, because I talk about her almost every day.
That's great. What a good guy. Hey, Judge, what do you think about the alleged bad guy, Alberto Gonzales? I don't know if he was or not, but he probably wasn't the most competent AG ever. What do you think about this resignation?
Well, full disclosure, I'm not any longer fair and balanced on this. I came to the conclusion a while ago, Gregg, and he's in my new book extensively, that this is not a person that the legal community, the law enforcement community, the judicial community, and the American public can look up to as someone who should be responsible for just about the most important thing the federal government does, which is enforce the laws. His advice to the president on things like torture and ways to get around the Constitution, his mental attitude that even though he is the Attorney General and thus must make neutral decisions about who to prosecute and who not to prosecute, but continuing to possess the attitude that he's George Bush's lawyer and his job is not to enforce the laws but to protect George Bush, and the widely held perception amongst Republicans and Democrats that he lied under oath, which is a crime that his department prosecutes people for, has caused many, many people in the Justice Department, and I myself have spoken to them, long-time career prosecutors, not political appointees, and long-time FBI agents to conclude that he can't manage the Justice Department, that his decisions are made in what he believes are the best political interests of the president and not in accordance with the Constitution or the law, and they don't even want to ask him for permission to do things which only the Attorney General can authorize, like seeking the death penalty, because they believe that his decision would not be a just one. It would be tainted by something to make George Bush look good. So when you have all those things happening at once, he's got to go, and he did. And I'm a little surprised.
I was surprised. But what do you say to people who say that it's the president has the right to fire whoever he wants to fire if they're political appointees, and what Gonzales did really in terms of firing the U.S. attorneys really wasn't that big of a deal?
If they were fired because they didn't do something that the White House wanted done politically, like prosecute some local county Democratic chairman to make him look bad, then of course that would be highly inappropriate, and the Senate and the public should know about that. Flip side of it is, yes, you can fire whoever you want, but you can't lie about it.
Yeah. But Judge, listen, I mean, I told you 3 or 4 months ago when we did this show, I thought he was inept and incompetent. So,
Did you think he'd resign, or did you think he'd stick by his
I told you.
His mentor?
I told you he was going to resign.
Inner circle to go, Gregg.
I told you he was going to resign. What is astonishing to me is that he made me a liar for about 3 months until he finally resigned today.
Yeah.
But, Judge, look, that a lot of prosecutorial issues have political implications. So let me just play devil's advocate here. If the White House decides that a U.S. attorney is showing insufficient zeal in pursuing things like voter fraud or the death penalty or illegal immigration or drug dealing, all of which, well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, have political implications, doesn't it nevertheless have the perfect right to fire that U.S. attorney?
Yes. Answer, yes. However, if the professionals in the Justice Department, the senior, long-time civil service lawyers, and in every federal district, New Jersey's a federal district, Manhattan and the Bronx are a federal district. In every federal district, there are these senior people whose advice the U.S. Attorney goes to. When those senior people say, there's no case here, justice wants this guy prosecuted just because he's a Democrat, they want him embarrassed, and they want the Democrats embarrassed before the election day. If there objectively is no case there, and the U.S. Attorney absolutely refuses to prosecute, the U.S. Attorney is doing the right thing. He may lose his job over it, but he's doing the right thing by not prosecuting. So do you fire someone for failure to prosecute a defendant when there isn't enough evidence to convict the defendant beyond a reasonable doubt? That's the issue that was raised by these firings in these cases.
That's a great one. Judge, we're going to let you go because we only got a minute or so left here, and we do want you to enjoy your vacation. Are you going to be going to a white sand beach anytime soon?
No, and I'm nowhere near Kilmeade, by the way.
Oh, darn. The image we were conjuring up.
I've heard that image. It's not a very attractive one. I'm not known for my figure.
Yeah. Well, you would wear board shorts or jams, I'm sure. No thongs or Speedos.
There you go.
Judge Andrew Napolitano, the greatest. Maybe you should be the next Attorney General. Hey, folks,
Don't hold your breath.
Let's start that one up. Maybe we can get the momentum for that. Judge, thanks so much.
Waiving their right to remain silent. Ryan and the Judge on Fox News Talk.